Hello and welcome to this quick workshop for the small circular knitting machine to knit this sweet little Easter basket. It's completely knitted on the machine and let's start. First I'm going to knit the bottom of the basket, and for that I'm going to cast on with the color of the basket. And then I'm going to knit 17 rows. After knitting 17 rows, I'm going to cast off with also the color of my basket. It's static weather here, so my yarn is going into the air. See? Oh, yes, no, yes. Fritz joined the video. So when I casted off everything, I just kinch both ends. Make sure that you kinch neat. And I just make my little knot. And then I'm going to kinch the second one. Make sure that the rib side is on the inside. Just roll it to the inside before closing completely. Also with my little knot. And then I'm going to make a flat circle. I don't know why I just pulled out my yarn. That was not necessary. I'm going to flatten it. Make sure that the middle is in the middle. And I stick my needle through both little holes to one side. And there are the two coming together, the two ends. And I just knot them. Now my circle is flattened. And make sure it's okay. And then I put my yarn back, both tails back into the needle. And stick it through the little hole between both layers to the side of the circle. Let it come out between two vertical bars. And that you can put away for now. And we continue with the next part. I'm going to cast on. with waste yarn, a complete round. The last needle is always without waste yarn. And then I put my working yarn in on the first needle, and I'm going to knit 25 rounds with my working yarn. When I knitted my 25 rounds, I'm going to cut my yarn real long because I need the tail to close the tube. And then I'm going to cast off with waste yarn again, so I can pick up my stitches for closing the tube with the mattress stitch or whatever stitch you are going to use. You can close it whatever way you like. I will show you in what way you have to close it in a minute after I cast it off with my waste yarn. Make sure that you do not put your yarn needle through the working yarn, but only through the loop, just like I just did. The sun is shining, so I do not see it very clear. And now I will make the handle of the basket. And for that I will cast on 4 stitches, and I'm going to knit a flat panel for 15 turns, I think. No, 20 turns. So every time you turn, you count, and you turn 20 times. It doesn't matter if you turn 21 or 22 times. It's not a exact science. It's just simple, some knitting. It's a very easy and fun, fast project. When you knitted your about 20 rounds, 20 turns, sorry, you can cast off. Make sure you finish on the left of your feeder, cut your yarn, put it to the inside, crank further so the stitches will be released, and pick up your tail and pick up those 4 stitches. Then you can put away your machine and just pull both tails and stretch, and there's your handle. And now I have to close the tube because the basket is double thick, and I'm going to close both ends so the tube will be a tube. I'm going to do that off camera because I cannot do that when I'm filming, but I'm going to close, with the mattress stitch or whatever way you like. I'm finished with closing my tube into a double thick tube, and I'm going to prepare everything to finish off. So I'm going to put the tails to the inside. I just cut the wrong yarn, but that's not a problem. This is just my example. So I'm going to put it to the inside. So this is okay now. Now I'm going to put the ridge to the inside. Just turn it to the inside, near to the bottom. So now I'm going to split those 2 tails, and I'm cutting off the short one and putting it to the inside. And the long one, I'm going to put it into my yarn needle. I have to secure my yarn here with a little nut. Just to make a base. And now I'm going to take my basket parts, and I'm just easily going to put the bottom to the side and join them with simple stitches all the way around. I just took out some time, but it will not take a long time. And when you're finished, you just make another knot. You don't have to do it perfect. I'm going to make my little knot. Put my yarn ends between both layers and cut off the ends. And I only have to sew on the handle of my basket. And I just use the tails of the handle to do that. Just with a few stitches. And when you secured your yarn, you just put it between both layers and cut it off. And then you are going to sew on the other side. Make sure that your handle is not twisted, or just twist it because that's also fun. And sew that part also on the other side. You can count the stitches, the first and the 12th, but you can also just go with the flow and do whatever you like. There are no rules. And you can collect some chocolate eggs in the basket, or you can use it as an egg warmer. with Easter, or just for fun. I have to cut off this yarn, and this is my basket. It's a very quick and easy project. Join my channel for more fun workshops, and if you like my video, give me a thumb up, and I see you in another video on another time. Bye!